All right, guys. So my stream crashed. So far, the video is now it's on its own timer. Hopefully, it doesn't mess up or something. Hopefully, we are right now. We are on a second. We're actually doing the hope code for the second thing. I'm gonna have to upload this separately unless I know how to edit, which I really like merge both videos, but I really don't. Let's get right into it. Oh my god, this.
It's gonna go! Grab something! Grace. Grace! Time to bury Umbrella's last skeleton.
Spencer's vision lives through me, and I will see that it is brought to an end.
How many more will have to die for that? Seems you're reaching your limit. I will not let those ideals win. Give it up! It's over. Good riddance. Nemesis. You're so damn relentless. this time. You ain't getting back up. Grace, where are you? Sherry. Sherry, come in. Sherry. Shit. Grace! Grace, hang on. Fuck. Grace. Grace.
Leon.
We need to get you out of here. Come on. Let's get you up.
There's no way out, is there?
Well, I'm not gonna leave your side. I'm gonna sit right here with you.
I guess this is it then.
Leon S. Kennedy? Depends who's asking. Alpha, you read me, sir? Yeah, they're safe. I got them. Yes, sir. Mr. Kennedy, I have a message from Captain Redfield. I'll be damned. Can't believe that antiviral actually worked. Feel better than I have in ages.
Oh, thank God. I'm glad you're okay.
We got a dose with your name on it. We'll be back in action in no time.
Thank you, Leon.
Would have been a lot smoother if Chris hadn't been so late to the party.
Where is Chris, anyway?
No idea. I'm sure I'll run into him at some point. Yeah, I'll call you back. It's over then.
Yeah. Well, this really was our last hope.
Well, let's pray Umbrella hasn't left us any more nasty surprises.
I wish we could have saved Emily.
Grace, I didn't hit any of her vitals. She could still be alive.
What are you saying?
Maybe we can save her.
The government has confirmed the existence of infiltrating bioweapons lab located here in the ruins of Raccoon City. The origin point for the worldwide spread of bioorganic weapons. This illegal facility appears to have been in operation for decades.
Sources say that the extension of the lockdown and the recent series of mysterious deaths may be related to tragic events in Raccoon City 28 years ago.
Evidence seized in Raccoon City has led the Justice Department to reopen its investigation into Oswald Spencer and the long-defunct Umbrella Corporation. Some believe the government deliberately drove Umbrella into bankruptcy.
The late Alyssa Ashcroft is credited with cracking the Oswald Spencer story. Conspiracy theorists are already claiming that she was killed in a cover-up, and that the organization responsible is secretly controlling our government.
Tonight, in a speech from the Oval Office, the president is expected to reject allegations of any government involvement since the Raccoon City incident.
Cold rain seeps to my soul. Old wounds I can't forget. Night steals away my sight. Screams I can't shut them out. What if I had reached out to you? I wouldn't have walked alone. Fighting the darkness, holding me, dragging me to the ground, facing the pain that's controlling me. I won't let it keep me down. I'll make it
So, um, so now we officially beat the game. Unfortunately, my stream crashed. And this video, I don't know how my video is gonna be, but hopefully the VODs are separate because I did start stream after like maybe 20 minutes, maybe 10 to 20 minutes. I gave it a break, probably 10, so it wouldn't crash. Well, it wouldn't restart. So this is the point basically where I tell my reviews on the game and all the crazy maybe theories, and I'm gonna explain both endings. I know both endings. I guess I know them. So Raccoon City was 28 years ago. So the game, this is very interesting. I was explaining yesterday, so this is like an overview. So it's crazy. 28 years. For 28 years, there has been a secret facility underneath, under Raccoon City. I'm gonna say they probably definitely it was not somewhere an Umbrella. They said just take out the town with a thermonuclear bomb or whatever it's called. I think that's actually definitely true. It's happened twice, as we know. One of them happened in Resident Evil 6, and like with the town. So there's gonna be spoilers a little bit for anybody who hasn't played Resident Evil before. There's gonna be spoilers. I already put that out yesterday. I usually talk like this. It's crazy. It's never been mentioned. One of the scenes that I say will get people is that Spencer. I would never expect it. Hey, we don't. Spencer. He doesn't. When he's not. We know who he is. He's not really mentioned. I mean, he's mentioned, but we rarely see him talking or cutscenes with him. I think Ashcroft. I think Alicia Ashcroft was a survivor in Raccoon City, if I'm not mistaken. And Grace was her daughter. It seems that it's been proven here that Grace wasn't a subject, which confirms this thing is loud too. I actually do want to let this play, so I'll speak right after this. It seemed to subside a little bit. Yeah, we just did the cutscene. It's like 7 minutes.
And Sherry's okay? Oh, good. I'm so glad. Emily, yeah, she's doing great. I'm actually teaching her how to read.
Grace. Grace. Where's that report?
Sorry. Leon, gotta go. Catch up soon.
Remaining BSAA forces have been neutralized. Retrieving the objective before they send in the wolves.
I'm gonna say right now, I knew there was gonna be a secret ending. Well, or you skip it or you don't even care. There's gonna be a secret cutscene. I know for a fact there's definitely gonna be a Resident Evil 10. There's got to be. You can't just leave it out with a cutscene like that. And they said recapture the object. We got so much to talk about. What? Or we got so much I want to talk about. There's so much. Holy crap. All right, so we're gonna actually look at this. So 28 years. So technically Raccoon City. So we know the events of Raccoon City, but if you play throughout the games, so this is now we're going into the history of this is actually showing the history of Umbrella Corporation. Now, as I mentioned before, we're going to be talking about some spoilers that I'm pretty sure I know that this is a fact. If I'm wrong, I don't think I would probably get it correct, but someone correct me if it's true. So we're going to talk about the cutscenes at the end, very specific of the cutscenes throughout the game, and like lore I would know. So this is the founding of James. So Marcus Spencer and Ashford founded Umbrella Corporation. Yes, this is true. He does that. So this right here is talking about basically I think it's called a progenitor virus. You can read some of the documents. As I mentioned before, make sure I'm going to say it again because we were talking about it. This is basically spoilers if you haven't played original games. So, Revelations 1, 2, I don't think Revelations really has to do in it, but any of the like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the ninth one. But it's not 9, it's technically lame, so Requiem. So this is true. There was basically there was a dispute between Marcus and Spencer. This has to do with basically a progenitor virus, and then later called the T virus, which were worked on. They're not slugs. They're kind of like slugs. They're not really slugs. I forgot the name of them. Now I'm pretty sure I know for a fact this is true. There's because not everybody, and no matter what corporation, always wants to do stuff underneath the leadership of the company. A prime example would be Wesker. If anybody knows this, Wesker actually was Umbrella Corporation. Well, he was like a spy for I think he was like a buy agent or whatever they call it. He was Umbrella Corporation. Then he was actually working for Stars actually at some point. But he also, in a sense, wanted to do his own stuff. So he's like a tri agent in a sense, but not an agent for the third place, like for himself. Oh, now they found several documents. 7. That's actually a right number. Oh, look, it brings up Wesker. How convenient. Concentrate investment into Wesker's plan and the T-Virus. Now, I'm pretty sure this is actually talking about the events of Resident Evil 1. Wesker, as I mentioned, was the captain of STARS, the Special Tactics and Rescue Squad. You know, it had Rebecca, Barry, Wesker, Chris Redfield, Enrico, Claire. I don't think Claire was STARS actually. No. I think I got that confused because the jacket said "Made in Heaven." The only person who wears that is Claire. I don't think she was STARS actually. I could be wrong. I think that's the thing. His plan was to eliminate one of the most dangerous, maybe next level. What would it be called? He knew Stars was going to be a threat. Stars had a team of like maybe 20 people, I think. Less than 20 people, maybe 15 about. I'm not sure about the number. If you saw the picture inside, the picture inside of this Captain Wesker's office, you can see a picture of Stars team. So there's about 20 or less people. The plan was to get Stars to come to the original mansion. The big gang killing off Stars, so they're not a threat, and also they won't find out what's been going on with Umbrella. But that ended up ultimately the mansion got destroyed, and then this. So that's 1. Well, that's 0 and 1 because there were separate teams that came in. So Stars basically wiped out. By the way, wiped out. These are 0 and 1 basically before Raccoon City. That's interesting. Star Arc was a Central Command Extensions and development of Elpis. So development of Elpis. So I'm not sure exactly where this is on the timeline. But we have seen confirmed for the things that, which is it's interesting. It was very interesting and maybe like heartbreaking, but he did what he did, but he felt guilty, which is very interesting. So he believes you reap what you sow. Payback will come back for you one day. So he decided, which is interesting, depending on so you could choose 1 or 2 choices at the end of the game, which involves the CD that Ashcroft had. Ashford, not Ashcroft. I got the names wrong before. I almost got it confused. Well, we're talking about right here, but Grace. It's very interesting. Grace wasn't one of his subjects. So far, he firmly believed, he felt bad. He has guilt. That's actually, he actually wanted to end it once and all for all in a sense, but not entirely true because of the cutscene we just seen. So you have 2 choices in the game. I'm pretty sure the second one, we don't know what Capcom's going to say. They'll probably say one of them is canonical, and we didn't save anybody, basically. And this is where his final virus is memory transfer and force evolution, forcing them to evolve, but they have their memory. So this is why they're talking. All right, next we're talking about the connections involvement. This is very important. The connections. Who are the connections exactly? The connections are very interesting. We did hear that multiple countries of some secret organizations wanted to went into Raccoon City, basically, if I'm not mistaken, from the cutscene, not just the cutscenes, the dialogue and stuff is in. They want this to make viruses biological weapons. The connections was first mentioned in Resident Evil 7, actually, in one of the DLCs. No one really knows who was a part of the connections, but they seem to be very rich and powerful people. It's for one of the reasons why the BSAA was founded, or kind of separately being controlled by the U.S. government. Getting interesting. Um, um, Now, James Marcus, if I'm not mistaken, was actually killed. He was actually killed by Umbrella. Um, James Marcus, have I seen from a video somewhere, was actually um. So he made these slugs. I forgot what they're called. He was in a laboratory. He went there. I think he pulled out a gun or something. They weren't supposed to kill him. They killed him or whatever. They killed him, but I think when the slugs actually got on the ground, like actually took over his body, this takes place during events of Resident Evil Zero, but it happened to him 20 years prior, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that's the right answer, but 20 years later, it's not Marcus. It's something, it's not him. It's his things, biological weapon things. So I don't even know what it's called. And this is right here. Makes sense. The bigger organization becomes so large, the bigger it is, the more harder it can be to control. Multiple commands. He's the leader, so it's getting interesting. And there definitely was rival organizations. Makes sense. Now, right here, this confirms that the destruction of Ark has lost that made it destruction of a precious few records. And right here we go, Tricell. We know who Tricell is, kind of. We actually know who. All right, so Tricell. Tricell was first seen in Resident Evil 5. I think it was Wesker who secretly commanded them. Was the leader. Or actually it was Gianna, whatever her name was. I forgot her name. Found a Tricell. That's the only time we ever see Tricell mentioned twice in Resident Evil, Requiem, and 5. And HCF, I don't remember who that is. The family. I'm pretty sure the family's from Village with the 4 families, 5. Lady Dimitrescu. What's his name? it's Bill Heisenberg, the doll lady, and the other affected thing, and then Mother Miranda. I think that's the family. Also, I think the family and village is connected to the connection somehow. And then you have Umbrella, but there's kind of more organizations. And here goes the antiviral drug. This is depending on the cutscene you get. So you can either get Leon killed, and the whole facility goes down, and then you also kill off like Sherry, and then you also can't rescue Emily. And this is why we see these spec ops dudes in this cool gear attacking us downstairs. So I think this is when he actually started getting his wheelchair. Alright, so this is very important also. Page 36. Is that 36? Yes. Alright, so William Birkin. So I think this is when Spencer started getting in his wheelchair. In a wheelchair. William Birkin is actually one of the researchers you actually fight in Resident Evil 2 Remake. And original 2, I think. He has the big eye on his right shoulder. If I'm not mistaken, this is exactly what happened. They went the USS, I think it was, and this is right here, the orphanage that was mentioned before. Those creepy little girls that regenerate health and had red eyes. That's the same orphanage where we rescue. Is where Sherry actually escapes from in 2. If you play on Claire's story in a remake. Sherry's only seen 3 times in Resident Evil history, by the way, as a child in Raccoon City, Resident Evil 6, and Requiem. And the orphanage is where they use experiments on children. Look at how many children they used. And there to go. Birkin actually turned against Spencer. Well, Umbrella basically, Spencer Umbrella, and instead of the T-virus. So what exactly happened? So I think there's a cutscene. I don't remember which Resident Evil game it was. I don't think it was in the second remake. I think it had to be a really older, like maybe 2. Somewhere online. I keep mentioning 2 remake. That's the only Resident Evil 2 I actually played is the remake. It's a video somewhere. I think it's actually, you can see it in Operation Raccoon City, the game, which no one really talks about Operation Raccoon City. To me, it's a great game, even though it's a knockoff. It's not a knockoff. It's its own unique, cool game. William was planning to sell the stuff to the U.S. government or tell them, oh, look at this, they made this. They went to go get him. I think he picked up a gun or something. Or, yeah, he had a briefcase and a gun. One of the, this is the USS, by the way, Umbrella Secret Service, total, like, badasses. And this is where you could also see Hunk. They shot him up. He basically died. But the briefcase also dropped, I think. He also had a briefcase full of T-viruses, like different viruses. You can actually buy this as a collector's item also. You don't know about that. And he managed to actually inject himself with one. And after that, he basically mutated. He started attacking the USS. There was a viral in one in front of them, and he stepped on it, cracking the virus. And then there was also like rats. Basically, the rats were eating, like licking up and eating the infection. So this is the rats started leading the infection throughout the city by any means, basically. Um, and this is talking about the missile strike. And there we go. We have a confirmation that connections lobbied the missile strike. So they probably did. So it seems that the connections want to now take over. They seen an opportunity and they could take their assets. This is interesting. So Bailey basically like snitched them out. So they want to swiftly take over Ark before instructing the government to carry out a missile strike. And oh, Wesker was there. And here we go, mentioning Triso and the connections. He was linked to Triso. Strong ties connection. So it looks like the connections was really pressuring the government. And this is actually where so this right here, page 46, is where basically, if I'm not mistaken, you can actually see this. In Lost in Nightmares and Resident Evil 5, this is where Wesker founded Spencer and killed him. And this is where he disappeared some mansion. They had a lead somehow. I don't know how they got. So the government and the connection to the government seized the Ark during the Requiem incident. This is bizarre, by the way. So yes, this is true. Weaponized viruses developed by Umbrella was leaked. Crazy things, lookers, and all that. All right, so this is right here, page 52. So President Adam Benford, this is the events of the beginning of Resident Evil 6 in Leon's story. Leon S. Kennedy and oh my god, what's her name? I forgot her name. Helena Harper were in charge of protecting the president. But Helena had connections to the guy who was in charge of the security organization Leon was working for. He was basically the boss. And this is when that ended up like being that Leon and Helena were now fugitives because he had to cover the truth that he was behind it, basically. And Helena was coerced by using her sister to help assassinate the president. And this is where basically there was a gas attack. Is when you escape, same thing happened. They basically launched a missile, same thing like Raccoon City, to destroy wherever the campus they were on, to hide the evidence in the whole town or wherever. Uh, So it seems like they blame, it makes sense, Spencer had to, this is interesting right here. This is like a pretty sad moment, but like it's also we got to think about. I actually like to think about this like in a real situation. It can happen to all of us. We do something and we have once seen, search for atonement basically. Which he got a wheelchair, he got a tank or whatever. That's its atonement. You reap what you sow. And he made a secret virus that people thought was a weapon, which is Elpis. So it seems he wanted peace and redemption for himself. And this is 2006. I don't remember the year. Oh. So Lost in Nightmares takes place between 4 and 5. So 2000, somewhere 2000, 2004, 2000. I don't remember the year of Resident Evil 4. Pretty sure it's after that. This is where Wesker killed him at the secluded estate. Wow, I just read that whole thing like it was a. So this is like where it becomes very important. Oh, look at that! Got a new jacket one. They admit today at school. Oh, that look. Oh, we're using that for Lex now. Actually better than having a flashlight on. So I did have a few things I was talking about yesterday. I also noticed there may have been a tofu stalking me in the RPD. It sounded like one. I was also mentioning about I felt like because this game is so connected to other games. So one I was talking about. So this game has, as you've seen, I was explaining it with the letters to lore, basically. So there's connections to Tricell, which is Resident Evil 5. We see them. There's connections to assassination of the user president in Resident Evil 6, who wanted to reveal the truth about Raccoon City, but he got assassinated for it. How assassinating members and people try to infiltrate the organization. Now you have the family and the connections. I think the family is Village. The connections was mentioned in Resident Evil 7. In Village, we see Chris Redfield with the Wolves wearing civilian clothing with military tactical gear. These guys do not play around. We've seen them actually in this game. We see him in this game actually now with what was I saying? At the ending, the second time we played through when we released Elpis was actually secretly an antiviral. And my mind got blown when I seen them because they were in Village and they showed up in the game. Captain Redfield wants to talk to you. And we don't know the true ending. Capcom will probably say which one is the true ending. I don't know when. But at the end, the secret ending basically we watched. These guys, we fought them before. They are elite guards. That's what the game says. They're elite guard security. We don't know who they work for. But we killed their boss and they're probably not happy. They killed the remaining BSA agents and to retrieve, and we're told we got the thing secured. Killed them all, and then they killed them all. These guys in the black all tactical gear with red gas mask visors. Retrieved the objective before the wolves return. Now, I think what they're trying to do is retrieve Elpis, which is now a viral whatever, and use it, or there's something else hiding there. There's plenty of viruses, but maybe they're trying to capture. Maybe they're trying to refine the dude with the bifocal glasses on. I don't know what the hell his name is, whatever his name is, or they're trying to find something else. We don't know what that is. I'm like, sure, I'm good. I could think on it. Um, 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 so we see clear. So we see like clear connections to Resident. So Resident 2 basically, 2 and 3. 5, 6, Village, some of the original, like 1, 0, and 1. Somewhat to Operation Raccoon City. Raccoon City is not considered lore, but we see the cutscene where Birkin was basically shot up. I think it's that one, you can see it with the virus, and then he takes it, and then he goes, kills them all. Virus before he steps on it. Now the thing is leaking. Rats eat it. Well, eat it, whatever they do. Clean up the rest. Holy crap. But then there's involvement of like the BSAA. This one, I don't know which safe it is. I think it's the lock, the briefcase. Now this one, I have actually missed it. There was a BSA container. I missed one. It was basically before the spider fight. There was a sewer. The gate was locked. I don't think I know how to open that, to be honest. I will be playing this game again, so I'm only missing 15 files. And I'm missing 10 raccoons. By releasing Elpis within 4 hours, I would say this: I'm a speedrunner a little bit. I'm like a novice speedrunner. I don't think I would mind learning how to speedrun this game. Actually, done it with Resident Evil 2 Remake, I've sped run the whole game on all difficulties. This is pro if you can do this without using herbs. That's interesting. The final puzzle. Interesting.
Sir.
Oh, this is cool. We're gonna watch this also as bonus.
If this is about the report you asked for yesterday, it'll be ready in 3. No, 2 days tops.
Put a hold on that for now. We found another body. One that exhibits the same pathology as the others we've been investigating.
They asked for Miss Ashcroft and then they hung up on me. Rude. What the? They asked for Miss Ashcroft and then they hung up on me. Rude. What the?
They're coming. Grace, we need to go.
Go where? Mom, what's going on?
Hurry.
Wait, who's coming? What's wrong?
We need to keep our voices down.
This is ridiculous.
Come on.
What do I do?
This is actually like, I don't think a lot of games actually do this. Like all the motion tracking and all that. This is actually like cool how they actually make the games like this. This is something. Oh, that's actually interesting. They actually use the guy to hold her arm down. Like this is all I'm gonna take. But oh man, this is cool.
It hasn't been easy. But after much effort, here we finally are.
Who are you?
I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft.
Lady.
Help me!
Are you okay? What are you doing?
Oh, this one's gonna be interesting. I think they probably actually put her upside down. I'm pretty sure they actually did that. Oh, they actually didn't. That's very interesting. They didn't put her. Well, that's for that scene right there. It's not a. It's. And. Anzo? What does that say? That's interesting. And what we actually have. I actually seen this online. This is on it's like a sponsor with Porsche. That's what she's wearing. It's like an interesting outfit for her. I like Zeno. He got some drip. All right, that's drip right there. I like that outfit. Now, oh man, if they made like figures of like this is one thing I would love Resident Evil to do is make collectible like figures like these Like if they made a statue like this, or like a miniature, like not a statue, miniature figures, like a little tiny like display of these, like all that stuff, I would love to buy them. I'm not even. You know what? I could do this as a cosplay for Comic-Con. I just need to find a full white suit like that. I don't know how much those are going to cost though. If I look in places, I can maybe find it. I don't know what jacket it is, but I can learn how to cosplay as him. I would kind of need a haircut and to cut my hair down, let it grow, whatever, but let it like not grow too much. To keep it like that, maybe I could, I don't know, dye my hair. Is that blonde? I think he has blonde hair. I don't know what shades there are, but I would need a white suit. And maybe I can get a replica of the gun. Obviously, Comic Con rules. I have to check that out with security. Um, that gun is cool though. I don't know what type of gun it is, but that is awesome. And I need to find gloves like that. That would be a nice cosplay. Um, that's a drum magazine. Oh my god. Holy crap. That's a nice outfit. She does look good in that. Very interesting though. And then does the gun have its own? Yeah, the gun has a design on it too. I like that. Then we have Lady Dimitrescu as Grace. Even has the name on it because they allow them to. What's it called? I like this apocalypse outfit. Apocalypse sponsor. That's the word I was looking for. Sarah Birkin wearing a glove because of the virus, so it doesn't show on the hand. I also noticed there's a ring on Sherry's hand, so she's married. We don't know to who, but it could be. Also, if I was to do this cosplay, I can get makeup on my face to make me look different, like black makeup to like go down on my left side of my face towards the neck. But I don't know how we really go about that. This would require makeup. I would love to do that as a cosplay on Comic-Con. That would be sick. Get myself nice and cleaned up, get a nice white suit. So I'd have to get the pants, those nice looking boots, a vest, the belt. That's I forgot the name of this. That's a vest. And then the coat itself, black dress shirt, black tie. I don't know if it's R in the neck. And a jacket like that. I love how he also doesn't wear the jacket over his like coat, which is very weird. He's just wearing it. Like he's just like holding it. Like why don't you wear it? Wouldn't it be much easier? And then the gloves. I don't know what the gloves are, but they're like specially made. So I didn't buy the commander. I didn't buy some of these. I'm missing some. Let me actually continue. That's what I was doing. I never actually killed Chunk. Titan Spinner, that's what it's called. Oh my god, I'm missing so much. These children I was talking about, they are creepy. This commander was he's a really tough boss. He's got a hatchet and a smaller knife. This guy's crazy. This is the Hound Wolf Squad, the Wolves. These guys are like basically special forces. Those are AKs. They have AKs with attachments. And that's the rifle. The rifle this guy is using is the one we had in the game. AKs were full of attachments, and then I think that's a PKP LMG, I think, if I'm not mistaken, right there. This is Chunk. I think it says you could defeat Chunk without killing him or something. That's not a tarantula. I think that is a tarantula. Nah, it looked. I think it is. Fangs, and then it's mutated. Is it a wolf? I think those are a dog or a wolf. It's like wolves that were mutated. These children, these things were creepy. I'm like, hell no, I ain't fighting them. You know, there goes the tyrant, Mr. X. I love how they give him clothes and like a hat to like blend in with society, but like, dude, there's no way like someone should just fall for that. We found out Part.4 resides. There was an accident. That scared the hell out of me. I just got an achievement for reviewing all the models. Which challenge was it? Yeah. There we go. Defeat a Chunkus Grace. I don't think it was the guy. It might have actually been. Oh man, there's concept art too. I'm actually gonna kind of look at this for bonus content for you guys. Bonus content for you guys too. If they made a collector's edition for this game, I would love to buy it. I don't think they have one available anyway. Oh, I also need to do basically an outfit. I need to do a review of the game. So what do I think about Resident Evil Requiem? I love this game. I absolutely love Requiem. They've upgraded the game so much. This game has like I would say much upgrades, like much better stuff, like graphics and stuff, and maybe little details. But I also have my own complaints about the game. I recommend this game no matter what. If you're someone who loves story, I would recommend playing the other Resident Evil games. Now, I'm on console. If you're on PC, there is actually different Resident Evil games you can play, or you get an older console. Older consoles like PlayStation 2s and stuff can now be costly. They're really old. Also, they're outdated. They don't make them anymore, so you're not just gonna, ever find them again. You can find them, but find one that works and maybe stuff probably rare. So it looks like him with all the different outfits. He is like two of the main ones. I see a ring on her finger. He's also got piercing. Maybe I can get a briefcase because at Comic-Con I bring a bag, but what if I brought a briefcase? It'd be funny, but like the store stuff in it, so I gotta carry it a certain way. But that really wouldn't make any sense. I also collector's edition actually come with art books of the game. I would love to have an art book of this game. I'm trying to get them. I'm trying to get new Resident Evil collector's edition. I love how it's really foresty right here, and it's art of Raccoon City. You see the whole city just like, is it burnt? Like the whole city burnt. No, I think that's not the city. Is that the city burnt? It looks like it because it's not really lit up or great. It looks grayed out with some little smoke things. But that looks beautiful actually. So, like I mentioned, I love the game. I love the graphics. I love gameplay was very intriguing. I love how they like them getting to you like, and and I got a compliment the other day also as like people love it when someone sits down and they're like, oh, I know this from this Resident game. Like they go into detail what they're seeing and they tell you what's going on basically. It's very important to me because I love story games. Like I mentioned, I have a really long video game list, and I want to blitzkrieg through it, but I don't want to just say I don't care about the story. I'm just playing the game. When I play a game, I also love story. This is a great story. It's leaving mysteries that were never solved, and now we have more mysteries and stuff. And there's still mysteries. You can also look around for like secrets or things you remember. Um, Look at that. That's very interesting. Right, that's basically Umbrella Secret Services, and they also have like really cool gear. So were they supposed to have? That's very interesting. They have a guard there. And the concept art. That's very interesting. Well, that couldn't be Umbrella Secret Service because they don't exist anymore. They're long gone. But those are somebody. Those are special forces. They do have the gear like Umbrella Secret Service or like the soldiers we use. Uh, that gun right there. Oh my god! If I can get someone to make a prop of that with a design on it, oh man, that'd be something. That's some cool designs. I just got another Jimmy for being curated, looking at all the um concept art. What else? Sorry, I mentioned I love the game. I highly recommend it. Um, that's the gun that we saw. It's Freya's needle. There's more guns in the game with you. That's the. It's a custom version of the mid 20th century model. Oh, that's cool. Oh, there's some more guns in here. I really want to actually buy these. I don't think this will work on the hardest mode. So what else the game? I said, like I mentioned, game is really awesome. I love the story. It's like there's so many things. I love the hype for the game. I did hear there was unfortunately some leaks or whatever about the game. I love the graphics. I love how they incorporated some old school and new school like gaming stuff into the game. They made this game better, I would say, than their remakes. Much better. I love the remakes. Don't even get me wrong, because I love Resident Evil. I love like every single Resident Evil game, even probably the ones I haven't played yet. Um, I prefer the game of first person. It actually makes it much like scary. I want to feel the horror. Like Resident Evil 7 like brought back the horror, but this game let's say also brought back the horror that we needed. Even Village, you know? Um it's intriguing storyline, just as equally puzzles, just puzzles galore, put you on the edge, you know. Also, you have to be resourceful. You have to know not to waste stuff. I would get the Infinity Ribbon for a reason. Um, I should have kept my CP points then. Um, this would be good. Um, the guns. This game it has more guns. It does remind me of like, I think it was like Village or the remake when you could buy upgrades for your weapon. This one, same thing. You could buy upgrades for your weapon. It's really beautiful. It's for Leon only. The way they made Leon, I love it. It reminds me of Resident Evil 4. You have a briefcase. You have to put everything, much better compact to, you need space. You gotta be resourceful. You have to keep track of like for example, I beat this game already, so I would know what's coming up next. So maybe I could do better next time to be more prepared. But I would love to do this game on a harder difficulty. What else? I also love the mechanic. I noticed this with the guns. If you're in first person, the way you hold the gun I'm not sure if that's correct. I know someone say, "Oh, it's just a gun thing." I'm like, I get it, but as a person who loves guns, the way they were holding the pistol, even though they weren't crazy pistols, much bigger Magnum pistols, like 50 AE actions of the Magnum, I think at that point. So even though it's a I don't know if the gun is based off. I don't know what Leon's is based off, but the Grace has a Matilda. Even though like that, yeah, you would hold a pistol with maybe two hands. You have the hand surrounding the grip with the trigger, and then your hand underneath, like holding your other hand. I think that's what they were actually doing, but they also had a flashlight. But if I'm not mistaken, with the pistol, you would aim it straight, pointing out in front of you, and then you have your left hand, depending on left or right, crossing like an X almost, which holding the flashlight. But that will also be used for like a knife tactic. But that's just me. I love the way the pistol was actually aimed. Also, they made it more realistic, like your eyes down the sight, and you actually feel like you're actually using a real gun. Uh, you know. Oh, they got charms here. They got more charms here. I didn't even figure that out. I would probably use infinite ammo and stuff for speed runs. Actually, just speed runs. Um, they have more costumes. There's the FBI and there's um. I love the action for Leon. He had like no remorse. I also love the character development of Grace and Leon. Grace, she works, but she's really anxious. She does have a tough time. Something happened to her, mother, basically killed, assassination, whatever thing. She's traumatized from that, but she's also really anxious, PTSD heavy. You know, she managed to make it. She didn't quit. Leon was just as ruthless. They gave this man a hatchet and just caused chaos. I love that. I love the maybe Easter eggs, because I think I saw a tofu, maybe an RPD. I love how you can be in locations you'll see in the game. You've been there before. It looks beautiful. Such storytelling. It's really important to me as someone who loves story. It's also included. Everything, because for me, personally, everything in a video game matters no matter what. Story, graphics, it depends. If it's multiplayer, some games are multiplayer only now. And then you have games like this, just campaign. It's just me. Leon's story had so much Resident Evil 4. It was Resident Evil 4 heavy, and I loved it. I also just thought about something. The health bar on the bottom right of the screen reminds you of Resident Evil 5. That's what it looks like. The health bar is like that. I also love. I'm gonna play this game in third person. But what else about the game? I love how there's a whole storytelling. I also love you have two choices, two endings. Capcom will confirm which one is real at some point. We don't know when. It would be pretty sad if the first one, destruction, or even the second one could be a crazy option not to be lore accurate. I also did mention the speculations in the game of who could have done this. Was it the BSAA? Was it the U.S. government? I love how they're, and I love the, get clues and more history of like reminders and stuff of the past. And this is like one of the things about the game. You must, to find the truth, you must go to the past. We go back 28 years to Raccoon City. That's awesome. Like I mentioned it before, the resources, you gotta be resource good. You have to know what you're doing. At some point, I will be playing this on standard classic and insanity at some point. I'm pretty insanity is equivalent to Madhouse for Resident Evil 7 and No Hope for Resident Evil 6. I also love this game so much. I did pre-order it, but I didn't pre-order it from GameStop. If you did, you get a Resident Evil Requiem bag that people might use for groceries and stuff. I want to buy them. I want to buy one of at least collector's items and maybe get more to use. I also want to buy the Resident Evil controller stand and make it a universal controller stand. It's supposed to come out in May, but people are selling them already. I think this had to do with leaks or whatever, but they're scalping them, so I wouldn't buy one. I've seen them sell for like $60+ and stuff, $100, and it's like to pre-order it on GameStop for like $35 plus shipping. I don't know how much that is, but I'd rather pay that than like scalping a universal controller. It's I don't know. That's not cool. They're also making a Grace and Leon figures, collectible figures, just like they did for their second 2 remake with Leon as an RPD uniform, Resident Evil remake with Jill, and Resident Evil. Actually, Village had one too. Chris, and the 4 remake had Leon with his jacket. So there's 3 Leons, 1 Jill, 1 Grace. There's a total 6 figures. Leon, Chris, Grace, Jill. That's 6. They're making them, and not only that, for Grace and Leon, the newer ones for Requiem, they can actually. Leon has a hole in his, and Grace has a thing that extends basically. Think of it like a USB, like a plug to an outlet. You can actually connect them together. They're coming out later in the summertime. I would love to buy them, but they're also not going to be cheap. So that's something. I'm going to talk about maybe my complaints personally now, or the things I dislike now. So that's the good side. And now we're going to talk about some bad side first. And this is one of them right here. So if you go to options and say you're someone like me who doesn't love spoilers, I dislike spoilers. It's not going to make me feel like I'm going to, it's going to definitely say, I don't care for the gameplay. I know the spoiler of the game. I'm not going to enjoy it. It's not my experience. So I'm not going to really love it and enjoy it. This could be for anything, even a movie that I haven't seen. So this right here, for Grace's camera angle and Leon's. And don't get me wrong, I get it. You need to see what the camera might look like. But the thing is about the camera is showing locations in the game. I didn't want to see that, so for me personally, that did spoil the story for me. Maybe they could use a blank area, or maybe change the hand colors or something. Maybe I don't want to see the gun either. Maybe the hands are fine. Just maybe the gun could be fine too, I guess. But it's also To me, that's a spoiler. I can see it on the right side. I did see that because I was changing my graphics. I didn't like that. This is also for other stuff like the HUDs and all that. Right here, it's not the HUD. It's on the screen. I can see where it's showing locations in the game, and I don't want to see it, so I don't spoil it. Personally, it's a me personally. That's a problem for me. I don't know how anyone else feels about that, but that is me. I don't know how somebody else will feel about that, but that's just me. One thing also, something is the sensitivity. I googled it before, but without spoiling the game. There's not really any controller sensitivity in the game. You may have noticed I may have like turned right or left, and it's not like slower. This game doesn't really have a sensitivity when it comes to controllers, so I would say please put sensitivity in game. I don't know how it's gonna really work. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, you could look up and right faster or left and right, whatever faster. I would personally want that because it felt a bit slower for me. Because I'm actually starting to play video games, and I noticed that I need to turn around faster at my level. I'm pretty sure there's a way to do it in the game. So I don't really know how to do it, but I would say Google it. The ammo. When you're picking up items in a game, you have noticed if you don't have space, you can't carry it. Right? This is one of the complaints I have is bullets. For your gun, you need bullets. One thing I highly recommend Capcom should do this is when you're picking up bullets and you don't have space for the bullet. You don't have space to pick up the bullets. I recommend Capcom, you should do this. I dislike it. It's really weird. If you could do it with some other items where you pick it up and you have a chance to combine it, you do that for the bullets. So when we pick up bullets, we can combine it with a gun, and you don't have to forget the ammo. I can't pick it up and just move on. That's one complaint. You cannot combine the bullets. I hope they do fix it because it'll be awesome. Combine the bullets with your gun, much better. One thing also was about the battle scene on the motorcycle. The motorcycle battle scene, it did feel a little wonky, I would say. I would have preferred to play the motorcycle in first person, but then I can get it. The way they made it is you need to look around you in third person. Nothing wrong with that, but I would love to maybe see it in first person. And also, maybe I'm being a little bit harsh on it, but the motorcycle, don't get me wrong, the whole scene was cool. One thing was the motorcycle, it feels like it was turning weird and stuff, but you can't really like, you know, the motorcycle scene felt weird. How you doing there, King Arthur? You missed a lot. And I also already beat the game anyway, so I beat the game already. It took me about, what was it, 14 hours? No, it's gonna be 14. I think it was 14. I don't know where I can check it. Well, it kind of depends what you mean by short, because, well, 14 hours, is that long? Well, yes, sitting down and doing it for 14 hours is long. But that's actually one thing about video games too, is replayability. Would I play this game again? Hell yeah. I'm an achievement hunter also, so I might come back and achievement hunt this game. And, what else? Yeah, the motorcycle felt a little weird to ride on, but you can't really replicate that in a when you do the things like the suits they wear and stuff to replicate a motorcycle. You can't really do that, I think. Also, I didn't pay I didn't pay $80-something for the deluxe edition. I paid a little cheaper because I also used another method of paying. So I did get it for cheaper. I do need to buy these guns. Uh, um, I don't really have any more complaints about. I don't really have any more complaints or anything else about the game. Complaints, and then I also just did a whole what's it called? I did a whole review for the game just now. Even though my stream crashed, I didn't actually mention that to you, King Arthur. My stream crashed today while I was at the ending of the game, and my stream crashed because I went for, something else. I don't really want to say it, and my stream crashed. So this is a separate video. Where I'm just gonna probably name it Part 3 or Part 4, maybe 3A or actually 3B, or just a Part 4. But that's basically my gameplay for the video. Our review, my gameplay. I finished it, so. No, I finished this game in about 12 hours. My thing was 11 hours, 56 minutes. Because I went back to do the other one. So. But, well, thanks for watching anyway, King Arthur at the end, though. But, it's gone. He left. So, yeah. So my final so this is the outro now. It'll last like an hour or 2 hours. It hasn't been 2 hours, but for the last hour 47 minutes, not about 48. It's about to be probably an hour 50 or something, but it's whatever. This is now my outro time. So anyway, I love this game. I love I love Requiem. I love it. I love the story telling and all that. Like I mentioned, I have my loves about it. I also have my dislikes about it. So, like I mentioned, in the future, I'll probably be playing this game again on classic, normal, classic, no, standard, classic, and insanity. But other than that, I would love to thank everybody for on this journey with me of Resident Evil Requiem for the past 3 days. So, thanks to everybody on Twitch and on YouTube for being here with me. I had a great journey with this game. So I'll be playing in the future a second playthrough. I'm thanking everybody on Twitch and YouTube for watching me enjoy this game, love it, and my outputs on it, and loving everything about it and stuff. Even thanks for the chatters on my Twitch chat for making me talk. Anybody knows me. I do not like talking in any game playthroughs. I play Elden Ring, whatever. It could be Elden Ring. Any of your playthroughs, I will not be talking a lot during any of the games. I don't want to talk. Very few times I will talk. Very rarely I would talk, but I'm getting into it as a Twitch streamer. Moving on to getting up there an affiliate and on YouTube later on, getting more people or whatever. Excuse me. Oh. What's my plans? Like I mentioned, I have a video game list of 224 plus video games. Resident Evil Requiem and High on Life 2 is not out of it. I beat both of those already. So what's next? Well, I have a lot planned. It's on my Discord actually. I have 6 pages of updates. I don't know how soon it might be, but very soon. I still want to continue my gameplay, my playthroughs. I need to go look at my library, figure out what I want to play next. Because it's been 3 months already. It's like this is the third. It's starting on the 3rd month. I haven't streamed a lot this year. I only streamed maybe like I streamed like technically not even a lot of games. I streamed, let's see, I did Resident Evil 0, 1. I was working on the 2nd remake. Code Veronica, Revelations 1 and 2. What was that 0, 1, Revelations 1, Revelations 2, Code Veronica. Partially working on 2. Requiem on High Life 2. I've only touched about in the last 3 months 9 games. That's really short, and I try to get crazy this year, like crazy on the streaming. So wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a great day. I will catch you guys next time. I will be probably streaming, so I kind of have an idea in my head what I want to stream in next couple of weeks. I'm trying to do. I don't know what people would think about this. I would love to hear. I love to hear this on my YouTube channel, and even when I'm on Twitch. I want to hear people's. I would love to hear everybody's feedbacks on maybe what I can improve as a YouTuber and not just a Twitch streamer. Because by Twitch and YouTube, I definitely need reworking. My plan is to probably do 3 games a week, 3 to 4 games, depending, because I can double stream every day. I'm thinking one brand new game on my list to play it. Right, new game to play on the my playthrough list. New game plays. All right, 1 game, maybe 2 games, maybe even 3. I could probably do 3 in a week, probably depending on the game. A guide, as people currently know. Last year, I was working on my Fallout New Vegas guide. So far, it's been a complete failure. I did a official second one, a second new fresh guide for it. I left it alone. I didn't feel right about it, but the thing is, I want my guide to be constant. I'm trying to get the guide over with, but not to the point where I'm rushing the guide. So there's that. And then a multiplayer stream. I'm doing Helldivers 2. There's no really end game for Helldivers 2, so maybe I'll stream it here and there. But I'm thinking, as I just mentioned, 2 to 3 new games a week, plus doing a guide. So I switch back and forth in the 7 days. Will I be streaming every 7 days? Like 7 days a week? To me, I want to stream 7 days a week for the rest of the year. This is my initial plan. It didn't go so well for the past night. This is the third month coming up. So it's been I've also been doing some real life stuff. So which is, I would say, it's an improvement, because as I mentioned, I did get a new loft bed. I'd said that in some streams, definitely. I brought a new loft bed, and my room is currently going to be upgraded with new furniture and stuff to make my game look like a real nice game room. Some proper setups, and I can have my camera on. I also have a camera. Some people might not know this. I do have a camera. I would love to have my camera on more. So maybe you can also see the beautiful background behind me. So that's also something I'm working on. Because also my list, on my video game list, most of them I have to buy. Will I be buying it? Most of them. Answer is yes, depending on the Game Pass and stuff. But and I'm also trying to save money for Comic-Con this year, so I have to doing multiple things. So, well, you know what happens. You know how it happens to streamers and YouTubers. You have the real life, and then you try to do the gaming life. It gets crazy. But been an hour. It's only been 2 hours, so I'm gonna call this part 4. So it crashed on me. Well, anyway, like I mentioned, thanks everybody on YouTube and Twitch for supporting me. Hope, and wherever you're in the world, have a great rest of your day. Like I mentioned, my plan, probably 3 new games a week, maybe 2 to 3, and a guide. So maybe just 2 new games and a guide. But other than that, like I mentioned, thanks for watching me on this journey and talking with me on my journey of Resident Evil Requiem. I love the game, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.